Alaska and Hawaii are physically different from each other, with the former being cold and Arctic-like, while the latter is warm and tropical. However, the two share a couple of similarities, with both being outside the continental United States and both being the 49th and 50th state admitted into the Union respectively. But what else is similar and different between the two? Let's explore that now. Prior to 1959, both Alaska and Hawaii were territories of the United States. In 1867, the United States purchased Alaska from Russia in a deal known as the Alaska Purchase, negotiated by Secretary of State William H. Seward. Hawaii had been an independent kingdom until the United States annexed it in 1898, following a coup by American settlers with the support of the U.S. government. When territories, both states were important for the United States, in that Alaska had a lot of valuable commodities, and Hawaii was a major installation for the military. In the late 1950s, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed the Alaska Statehood Act and the Hawaii Statehood Act, creating a pathway for both territories to become U.S. states. Voters of both states approved of it, and on January 3, 1959, Alaska became the 49th state, and on August 21, 1959, Hawaii became the 50th state. Over the last 6 decades, both states have changed considerably. In today's State Comparison Series episode, we are going to compare Alaska and Hawaii. The video will focus on both physical geography and human geography. In terms of physical geography, we will review 3 main factors: the geomorphology, meteorology, and ecology, while with human geography, we will review the 4 main factors of demography, urbanization, economics, and geopolitics. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Our World, Our Planet, Our Home, if you enjoy learning about geography and earth science. Let's get started. Geomorphologically, both Alaska and Hawaii share some similarities, but lots of differences. One similarity is that both states have volcanoes, but different types. Alaska is on a convergent boundary, which separates the Pacific Plate from the North American Plate, creating a high risk for earthquakes and stratovolcanoes, which are extremely eruptive volcanoes. The Aleutian Islands is home to the Aleutian Range, which has several eruptive stratovolcanoes. Hawaii, on the other hand, has shale volcanoes, which are more sedate. Only the Big Island of Hawaii has active shale volcanoes, including Mauna Lea and Mauna Kea, both twin volcanoes over 13,000 feet high, and Kilauea, which is currently erupting. Other than volcanoes, both states have notable differences. Alaska is very diverse, with many high mountains, fjords, glaciers, and rugged coastlines in the southern part of the state, while in the northern part of the state it's a lot flatter, especially in areas on the Arctic coastal plain. The area of the Arctic coastal plain is well above the Arctic Circle, so much of it is covered in tundra, a cold and treeless landscape characterized by frozen soils and the presence of permafrost. On the other hand, the landmass of Hawaii is one large volcanic island, but all the islands north of the Big Island are extinct volcanoes. The coastline of the state is quite rugged, and this allows for unique geological creations including lava cliffs, sea arches, and black sand beaches. One significant physical geographical difference between Alaska and Hawaii is their meteorology. Alaska is high up in latitude, so this influences the state's climatic zones. Much of interior Alaska is climatically subarctic, which features mild to warm short summers and long and cold winters. In the far north, much of the Arctic coastal plain is climatically Arctic, featuring cool to sometimes mild short summers and very long and cold winters. In addition, the higher the latitude a place is, the more variations there are in sunlight hours. In the summer months, these areas see 24 hours a day of light, while in the winter months they see 24 hours a day of dark. The extreme southeastern part of the state is the only area which is relatively mild. Since the Pacific Ocean influences this part of the state, it's climatically subarctic oceanic, which is associated with cool to mild summers and coolish but not cold winters. Juneau, the capital of Alaska, is located here. Hawaii is completely different in that all of the state lies under the Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degrees north, which means most of the state sees a tropical climate. The low coastal areas have temperatures year-round in the 80s for highs. Geomorphology does play a role in the meteorology in that the higher volcanic mountains create a rain shadow effect where mountains shield precipitation. In Hawaii's case, trade winds from the northeast allow the eastern side of the islands to be rainy, while the western side of the islands are drier. On the Big Island, Hilo gets 120 inches of rain a year, but Kailakoa on the western side gets only 18 inches. At higher elevations, especially in Mauna Kea and Mauna Lea, temperatures can be 30 degrees colder than at sea level locations, and in the winter months may receive snow, sometimes heavy. Ecologically, both Alaska and Hawaii are considerably different, mainly because of their different climatic conditions. Being colder, Alaska has many species adapted to that type of environment, including brown bears, polar bears in the far north, caribou, moose, and wolves. Coastally, sea otters, seals, whales, and many other cold-water fish make their homes in the Pacific Ocean and Bering Sea. With plants, Alaska supports dense coniferous forests in the south, including pine, spruce, and cedar trees, while in the far north, tundra allows for mosses and short, stunted plant growth to exist, usually in the warmest summer months. Animals and plants are connected as dense forests and unique polar ecosystems allow for the survival of animal species. Hawaii is home to a wide range of fauna and flora, including many endemic species. Prior to human arrival, Hawaii had a unique array of native species, including the famous Hawaiian honeycreepers, which are a group of bird species known for their varied beak shapes and vibrant colors. Many of these species are now endangered or extinct due to habitat loss, invasive species, and other threats. Hawaii's marine ecosystems are diverse and support a wide variety of marine life, including coral reefs, fish, sea turtles, and marine mammals. Coral reefs in Hawaii are important for biodiversity as well as for the planet. With plants, Hawaii has many different types of tropical varieties. The koa tree is a native Hawaiian hardwood tree known for its beautiful, often curly wood and its cultural significance. It's used for traditional Hawaiian woodwork, and its forests are important for the conservation of native biodiversity. The ohia lihua tree is one of the most common native trees in Hawaii and is known for vibrant red flowers and adds to the natural beauty of the island chain. And fruit trees are common on the island too, such as pineapple and coconut trees. Both fruits are used extensively in Hawaiian cuisine. Now that we've covered physical geography, let's head on to human geography. The first determinant is demography. Amongst the two states, Alaska and Hawaii have similarities in that they have high percentages of indigenous and non-white populations. Alaska has one of the highest percentages of Native Americans, with 15.2% of the population. Many of them live in the far northern and western areas of the state, but urban areas also have sizable percentages. On the other hand, whites make up 59.4% of the population, with most of them living in urban areas. Asians also have sizable percentages, coming in at 6%. Hawaii is a majority-minority state, with Asians having the highest percentage at 37.2%. Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders are the indigenous peoples of Hawaii, and although they originate from Polynesia, peoples who came originally from Southeast Asia, they are not categorized as Asians on the census. Their percentages are sizable, but lower at 10.8%. People of two or more races make up 25.3% of the population. This is likely from integration of races, including from Asians, Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders, whites, and blacks. Whites alone comprise of 22.9% of the population, with most migrating from the mainland. The second human geographical determinant is urbanization. While Alaska and Hawaii have prominent urban areas, they're way smaller than urban areas on the mainland. The state of Alaska has nearly 734,000 residents, and the largest city, Anchorage, has 287,000, and the metro area has almost 400,000, comprising of 54% of the whole population. Fairbanks to the north is second in population with 32,515 residents, and the capital, Juneau, is third with 32,255. Also, Juneau is unique in that it has no road networks connected to Canada, the continental United States, or the rest of Alaska. After that, all the other highest populated ranked communities have less than 20,000 people. A physical factor that deters population growth is the cold, long winter, especially in the north and the west of the state. On to Hawaii. The state has a little more than 1.4 million people, with nearly a million living on the island of Oahu, where Honolulu, the capital and largest city, is located. In fact, out of the top 10 most populated communities, only Hilo and Kailua are on different islands. Since Oahu is the most populated, it also has a very high population density at around 1,700 people per square mile. Since a lot of Honolulu's metropolitan area relies heavily on the automobile, it's been ranked as having one of the worst traffic congestion issues in the United States. Interstate highways are only on Oahu and include interstates H1, H2, H3, and H201. Economically, both Alaska and Hawaii have economies driven by changeable factors. Alaska's main economy is natural resources, as the state is rich in natural resources, including oil, natural gas, minerals, timber, and fish. Oil and natural gas, in particular, have been major drivers of the state's economy for decades. The Prudhoe Bay oil field on the North Slope is one of the largest in North America. Fishing, including commercial fishing and processing, is another vital component of Alaska's economy. The state is known for abundant fisheries, including salmon, crab, and halibut, and exports seafood products worldwide. Tourism has increased in recent decades as many people want to visit the state for its natural beauty and scenery. Lots of cruise ship companies have voyages to Alaska that traverse through waterways between fjords. Alaska is home to many companies, but most serve exclusively Alaskans. One exception is Alaska Air Group, the parent company of Alaska Airlines, which is the fifth largest air carrier in North America and provides many flights nationally and internationally. Hawaii's main economic driver is tourism. Visitors from around the world are drawn to the state's beautiful beaches, lush landscapes, and cultural attractions. The tourism sector is associated with accommodations, restaurants, activities, and various services. Hawaii offers a wide range of activities, including water sports, hiking, and cultural experiences. Another economic endeavor in the state is agriculture. As mentioned before, Hawaii is home to many plants, including fruit ones such as pineapple and coconut. Other prospering agricultural industries include coffee and macadamia nut production. Similarly to Alaska, many companies in Hawaii mostly serve Hawaiians. A few companies include Hawaiian Electric Industries, the parent company of Hawaiian Electric Company, which provides electricity to Hawaii, the Bank of Hawaii, and Hawaiian Airlines, which provides flights domestically and internationally. Geopolitically, both Alaska and Hawaii couldn't vote in U.S. presidential elections before 1959. When they did become states, the first presidential election they voted in was in 1960 between Democrat John F. Kennedy and Republican Richard Nixon. In that election, Alaska's electoral votes went to Nixon, while Hawaii's went to Kennedy. Since then, Alaska has been a reliably Republican state, while Hawaii has been a dependably Democratic state. Currently and federally, Alaska has two Republican senators, Lisa Murkowski and Dan Sullivan, but one Democratic Congresswoman, Mary Peltola, who beat former Republican governor and vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin in a 2022 special congressional election. On a state level, Alaska currently has a Republican governor, Mike Dunleavy, and last had a Democratic governor before 2002 when Democrat Tony Knowles was the governor. In all presidential elections since 2000, Alaska's electoral college votes have gone to Republican candidates, although the last few elections have been tighter. Contrary to Alaska, federally, Hawaii has exclusively Democratic senators and congressmen, and it's the same on the state level, as Hawaii hasn't had a Republican governor since 2010 when Linda Lingle was the governor. And all of Hawaii's electoral votes for presidential elections have gone to Democratic candidates since 2000. Both Alaska and Hawaii share a couple of geographical similarities, but have many more notable physical and human geographical differences. The similarities and differences are what make both states unique in their own way. Will both states see changes in the future? It's possible. For example, the population of Alaska may increase with the natural resource sector of jobs growing. And Hawaii's population may grow with aging baby boomers moving there to retire. This means that demographically, with race, ethnicity, and age, both states may see changes just like the whole United States is seeing. That concludes the episode for today. Thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoy geography and earth science content and want to learn more about it, watch my other long videos and short videos, and to get notified, subscribe to my channel, Our World, Our Planet, Our Home. Until next time!